Hi, this is Ian at makeitinmusic.com, and in this video we're going to look at the new Facebook fan page layout, and we're going to give you our ideas on how you can best use the 5 photo strip at the top of the page, and also point out that you should be updating your main profile picture. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to look at our Make It in Music fan page, and we're going to make the changes to the photo strip on that page, and we're going to suggest how you would change that for your music or your band fan page. So here we are on the Make It in Music fan page, and as you are no doubt aware, where we used to have all the tabs up here, this has now been replaced with this 5 photo strip, and the tabs are now down here. We're going to come back to the 5 photo strip later on in the video and going to deal with that, but the first thing we're going to do is change the main profile picture, which is the large image here. It used to be 200 pixels wide and 600 high, but those dimensions in the update by Facebook have been changed to 180 pixels wide and 540 pixels high. We have within our main profile image, in this bit here, we have a part of the image which is 90 pixels by 90 pixels, and we have that because when you come to post all over Facebook, Facebook uses a thumbnail which is 90 pixels by 90 pixels. So when we design the main profile picture at 180 by 540, we make sure that there's an area that's 90 by 90 that when we cut it down will look good as a thumbnail. Now, although we could just click the change picture icon up here, I'm going to keep it simple so that we're changing photos in the same place every time, and we're going to go down to the tabs and we're going to click photos. I'm obviously logged in as the admin, which means it'll bring me straight here. So I go to profile pictures and I click on change profile picture. I'm then going to browse to my desktop. Now, I've already set up a folder on my desktop called Facebook Images, so I've just got to find that. And this is my new main profile picture, and you can see there that it says the dimensions are 180 by 540. Click on that. Upload the picture. Facebook takes a while, and while it's doing that, we wait for it to finish. Quite often it does that when it's actually uploaded the whole thing. It says done down here, so I'm going to go to edit thumbnail and see if it's done it. Yes, it has. I can tell that that's changed because it's lost the little blue strip that we used to have across the top. Okay, so that should be done. View page, and there we go. That's my new image. Now, that may not look very different, but if you go back to the start of the video, you'll see that this used to have a little blue bar here that we used to have because it lined up with the old blue bar on the old Facebook layout. Now you can see that we've changed the main profile picture, and immediately Facebook has taken that picture and has put it into the 5 photo strip, and that is the functionality that we're going to use to create adverts across here. As you may have seen on people's personal profiles, some people have been hacking this photo strip since Facebook introduced it on personal profiles a few months before they introduced it on the fan page profiles. In fact, we've got a link up here where we can look at some of the examples of that, and you can see people are taking 5 images and making them work across the 5 strip in an interesting way. Now, the issue with that on a fan page is that they cannot be placed in the order that you want. These 5 images appear completely randomly depending on who is looking at the page or when it's refreshed, whereas on the personal profiles they could be ordered. But on the fan page profiles, as I said, it's totally random, which means that you want to create 5 images here that will work no matter which one comes up in which order. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to use them as adverts. Now, the reason we're going to use them as adverts is that when you click on any photo now on Facebook, they have this new feature called the photo viewer. So I'm going to click on this, and you'll see that it brings it up in this viewer. So when we do this with the photo strip pictures, that's going to bring this up, and we are going to be able to use the name of the album as some ad wording, and we're going to be able to use the description as ad wording and a place where we can place a link to something you want people to do. So we want to create 5 or more images. It'll only show 5 at a time, but you can have more and they will show randomly. And in these images we're going to put what a marketer calls a call to action. That's going to be some wording or something else that makes your fan want to click on that image to open it, and then they will read the description that we showed you and they'll see the name of that, and it will encourage them to click through. And when they click through, just like here, they will see the name of this and of the album, and here we'll have something that says come to our site and get a free album download or something like that. Now, what size should you make these images? And this is where there's been a bit of an issue. As you can see from this very small image, if you make them small, when they come in the photo viewer and they're enlarged into the photo viewer, they will stay the same size. Now, a lot of people have been telling you that the right size for these images is 97 pixels by 68 pixels, which is indeed the size of the thumbnail in the photo strip. But that doesn't work, as we've just seen, when you enlarge a photo in the photo viewer, because it's too small and you want it to be enlarged and fill this whole area, so it's like a big picture advert. Some people have been saying then you should just make them 10 times bigger, 970 by 680, but Facebook, when it shrinks those images, doesn't shrink them in that ratio. We've done a template which you'll find in the blog post, which you can find below this video, and we found that the best thing to do is to make the images 720 by 720, and to place the thumbnail area, make it 374 by 534. That's the same ratio as 97 to 68, and place it this far in. These numbers are a bit of a guess, but we found that using this template you can make an image, and when Facebook shrinks it to create the thumbnail for the photo strip, this bit is what will be seen. So once you've created your images with either some text on them that is asking people to come and get a free album or get gig tickets, or it might be an album cover with a bit of text on it, you need to upload them. As we did with the main profile picture, we're going to go through this route. We're going to go down to the tabs here, click on photos. Again, I'm logged in as the admin, that's why it comes up immediately. And this box, upload more photos. Select photos, and I've got to go back to my Facebook image folder, and these are mine. I'm going to upload 6. And you're going to see why these work as an advert. Just wait a second while Facebook uploads these. A little bit of a jump there while we waited for Facebook to upload them. Now we're going to name the album, because as we showed you in the photo viewer, that is a bit of text that people will see. So I'm going to call my album Get Detailed, can't spell, Musician Advice. You will probably want to call yours something like, if you were Eminem, you'd want to call it Eminem Special Fan Only Offers, or something like that. I'm also going to put my images in high resolution. Okay, now Facebook has uploaded all my images, and we are in an album, and you can see what I mean by having a call to action. This is probably the very best example of mine. 10 key steps you must take to succeed in the music business, free ebook. So in this one, we're going to write as the description, click here to get your free ebook full of tips and advice for all musicians on how to succeed in the music business. And then we're going to put http:// make it in music.com free ebook, which takes you to our free ebook page. Okay, so we'll go through and we'll do that for each one, but what you're doing is, this is your advert in the image, here's your description, the name of the album is partly a bit advertising, but this is your link off-site to make people go. So if this one for you was a free album and another one would be gig tickets, and you could have a link in here every month to pages where people could buy tickets to your latest gig. So I'll fill those in later for me, but what we'll do is we will now publish, and then we will go to the page. So there you have it, 5 of my 6 images that I've put up, all sitting up there coherently, looking as though they fit in with the design and feel of my Facebook fan page and my site, and trying to be a little advert, giving people something to click on. Now if you click on this one, this is the only one I've filled in, 10 key steps you must take to succeed in the music business. This is in Get Detailed Musician Advice. Click here to get our free ebook full of tips and advice for musicians on how to make it in the music business. Click on the link and you're there where you can get our free ebook. So it's an advert and it makes you click on and go where you want them to go. And just to finish up, I would want to point out a couple of things. If any of these end up being images that you don't want, other images that you've uploaded to the page that take over from your design, then you just roll over and you just click that there, and that will hide any of those photos. They'll stay in your photo albums, but they won't appear in this strip. Other things to think about, it might make more sense to do one of these a day each, because every time you do an individual image, what appears in everyone's newsfeed is the name of the album and the single image and the description, so you're getting a bit of advertising there. And if you want to change the description later, you can do that just by going into photos and clicking through to that album and clicking through to the individual photo and changing the description. And lastly, if you don't like the idea of doing it as an advert, at least do something so that your images of your band come up here and they're scaled to fit the image layout we gave you. And maybe if you're a 5-piece band, you'll put up an image of each member of the band, and in the description you might want to link off to their individual Twitter page. So that's it. It's a great idea, something you should look at, and more tips on Facebook next time.